And it's live. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever it is that you are in the world, and welcome to Sabbat Dinner Theater. Um, we find ourselves in the Avalon in the penthouse, where Kaylee is staying with Bitte for a while. Um, Kaylee just returned home from a work shift as the evening is starting to fall, and she figures it's about the same time that Bitte is starting to wake up. So for once, and I literally mean for once, she's gonna be polite and not lockpick, but just knock on the door.
Um, Bitte will hear the knock. She will perk up and walk over to the door and open it just a little to peek through the crack in the door. And she will see Kaylee and be, wait, what? You're knocking now? Since when do you do that? Don't you just break in?
Yeah, I didn't have my tools with me. They're still in my backpack, and my backpack is standing there. And she points past Bitte into the living room.
Bitte will look back. Ah, I've been wondering why I've been smelling you for a while.
A smell?
So, smelling. The scent of you is all over that backpack.
Oh, sorry. Want me to
Hey!
wash it?
No, it's quite enjoyable. Leave it alone. I like it. Anywho, welcome in. Bitte will open the door wide, letting AK come through the door.
She does, and she just plunges on one of on the couch. She just closes her eyes for a moment. She's like, "Oh my God, that's crazy at work."
You would have had to go to the bed to do that. There is no couch.
Uh, the seat. Then you said something about the seat being there. Fuck it, then she's just gonna.
There's a kissing chair.
Yeah,
It's not
that
something you
thing.
can flop down on. Like,
Oh yes, she can. She's doing the best effort she can to do so.
Bitta in seeing Kaylee so exhausted, she will walk past her and go into the kitchen and fix her up a little something because she has this urge to make Kaylee as comfortable as possible while she's here at the Avalon. And almost like a big sister. And she will fix her up some food, seeing as there's a little more in there every day that Kaylee is there. Bitta tends to think a little more about her, and she stocks her kitchen with some food and a little more clothes in Kaylee's drawer and more different kinds of lady implements for the bathroom, all sorts of things. Um, she'll come back with this nice little platter and put it on the opposite chair, in the kissing chair,
hmm
and feed. I'm sure you're hungry.
Well, yeah, kind of. We had a sick colleague, so I had to do twice the work because deadlines. Well, you know. Also, I met up with Owen before work. It was fun.
Oh, meeting up with a fellow ghoul has always got to be fun.
Mm,
I'm sure you learned plenty of things.
mm, we what?
I'm sure you learned plenty of things.
Oh, yeah, we went shooting. It was kind of funny, but I must modify a shotgun for it to fit me. It's too big.
The sawn-off kind, huh?
Yeah.
It does some damage, but you do have to be closer to the person just to let
Oh
you
no
know.
no 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 no, not at the front. I mean at the back. I couldn't place it against my shoulder because then I couldn't reach the trigger anymore.
Whoa, okay. So why not just do pistol grip?
Well, I did, but it's kind of with the recoil and everything. It's kind of difficult, but
Yeah,
yeah,
just whack.
but
Uh,
yeah, I kind of like shooting. I think I might be good at it. I guess. I don't know. Maybe it was just beginner's luck. So,
the Bitte in gets really excited over hearing the guns. She does have two dots in firearms, so she likes to play with guns herself. She will walk over to the bookcase, but before doing that, real quick, she will be like, I have something I need to show you. She will walk over to the bookcase. She will move a series of books from one position to another, almost like arranging a puzzle. And that will unlock a safe that moves the door forward and off to the side, kind of like a sliding door. And there's just a little arsenal, a couple of things there. Um, it's growing. It's quite small right now, but there's space for much, much more, which Bitte plans on filling eventually. Um, so she will pick up two small, real small, little silver pistols. No, yep, sorry, not silver, gold, not silver, gold. And she will grab them. Uh, she will walk them back over to Kaylee and be like, I had these. These are fun. These are my vintage, I guess you would say. Little gold pistols. I usually like to keep one in between the bosoms, and then the other one wherever, if I'm wearing a boot, like a high boot or something. These I think you might enjoy. She'll place them down on the plate, on the platter next to the food.
Kaylee at first hadn't been paying much attention to Bitte because she was like, "I'm gonna show you something." Kaylee just attacked the food. But as you open that safe, Kaylee's just her eyes just seem to pop. She's like, "Oh, I didn't know it was there. Fuck, I need to crack a safe. 'Cause I need." And as you bring the very small pistol, like her eyes are growing wide as she looks at them. She's like, "Whoa, how expensive are those?"
I wouldn't say that they're very expensive. You can get new ones now for not very much. They've just been around for a little while.
And Katie picks one up and is like looking at it. She's like, "Wow, that's cool, real cool."
Feel free to hold on to them for a little while if you'd like.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I don't use them. Not at the moment. I've gone on to bigger and better things.
Wow. Gee, thanks.
Just let me know if anything happens to them, if they need servicing. I'll I enjoy cleaning my weapons, so feel free to bring them back whenever they need to. Or if you want to upgrade at any point, I'm sure we can talk to someone and see if we can start a little arsenal of your own eventually. Bitte
Okay.
will Bitte will walk back over to the safe, closing the doors, rearranging the books back in their order, and walk back over to KK. So, I have some business that needs to be taken care of tonight. Would you
Cool. Where are we going?
Oh, I was gonna go over to the fort to go talk to Jacob, and I'm sure he wants to inform me of him and Chloe's wedding. So I was thinking that that might not be something that you would want to do. And is there a way that I can use my charisma, because I've got graceful, to almost kind of get you to stay behind with my words?
Charisma. You could use either empathy or leadership.
Mm, wouldn't empathy be me feeling your feelings?
Well,
Would it be me trying to push you in that direction?
let's see. It's one little difficulty that I have is that I don't have a normal sheet, so I cannot look up all the things. So I have to do it from the top of my head. But
You.
yeah, but I might know something. Give me a moment, because there's always one in the back of the book. Ah, there is. Let's see. You could use, yeah, like I said, you could use charisma, leadership, intimidation would work differently, I think, because you're easing her into it. You're not threatening her or something.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay. So then I'll do
Expression might work as well. But
either way they
to my idea, empathy would work as well.
yeah. Either way, they all have one dot with the exception of empathy. And I want to make this a little more difficult. I don't want to keep using my empathy. So let's use the leadership and the charisma.
hmm
All right. I gotta open up my dice stream. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Difficulty standard.
Yeah,
1, 2 successes.
awesome. And now, of course, I realize I don't have Kaylee's sheet on because.
Didn't really think I was going to be using it.
It's a recurring. Right. Well, I don't have any empathy or anything to see what, but I could just use my perception. No, I only got one success out of that. So, Kaylee is listening to Bitte as Bitte's like, yeah, I'll be at the fort, and you just be here and behave like a good little girl that you are.
Mm-hmm.
And
Do what you want, and Bitte will reach her hand out and say, I have another little thing I would like to give you. And she will hand Kaylee, she will grab Kaylee's hand and drop a set of keys. There's going to be 3 keys on there because Bitte is going to be upgrading her locks this evening or within the next few days. She will drop the keys in her hand. These are for you, so I don't need to keep purchasing new locks.
okay, thanks. She almost seems like a little bit disappointed at that, but she accepts the keys. She understands.
Haley should notice that there is a small piece of her own dread tied to the keychain that Bitte took off of the piece that she had been given by Kaylee herself. So it's just a small piece wrapped around. And there's one of the little jewels on there, but then Bitte put her own little rose keychain attached to it as well. So you've got this, well, not a rose, we'll call it a poppy because I know that she likes the poppies. So it'll be a poppy flower and it will be the dreadlock on the keychain.
Well, thanks. Yeah, cool. No, I'll stay here. I'll do some work behind my laptop. I still have to figure out a few things, and if you return, I might be out for a little bit. You know, just take a ride.
Okay, feel free to do what you'd like. Just I'll be over at the fort. And I will let you know when I'm on my way back. Okay?
Okay. That's cool. Um, well, can you just pass on to Jacob that I'm still here? That at least that way I don't have to text him again.
Yes, absolutely. Um, Bitte will walk out the front door, closing it, and she will call up Jacob Burns.
Hello?
Hello, Jacob. Are you available for a small chat?
Yes, I'm available. What can I help you out with, Bit?
Um, I'd like to come to the fort real quick. Maybe we can talk. I have something I have to do a little bit later, but maybe we can chat for a few minutes now that I've got you.
Sure. I have to head back to the fort myself. I'm not there. We'll rendezvous in, say, 15.
Sounds perfect. Bitta will hang up and she will walk to the fort. How long was it a walk to the fort?
I don't really know. You might as well, I would say just take a cab or something.
Okay, so Bitta will call a cab and take one over to the fort.
Alright, and let's say you arrive there first, and when you get to the front door, one of the ghouls, Mike, will just tell you, "Oh, Master Jacob hasn't returned yet. Just why don't you take a seat, pick up the fuel, and he should be here shortly." Which, in good time, he will be just a few minutes after you will hear his motorcycle go out for him. And yeah, he will you'll see Jacob enter as you're sitting at the round table. Ah, okay. What can I do for you this evening?
Well, I was wondering, is there a way that I can take one of your cars out with a driver? I have a couple of errands I need to run, and I don't want to bother Kaylee about it. Speaking of Kaylee, she is at the Avalon, just hanging out there for a while. She wanted me to relay the message to you that she's there and that she's okay.
You'll see Jacob nod. Now his eyebrows kind of raise, his lips kind of. The expression on his face essentially is, all right, all right.
By
Yes,
the way, is Bitte still wearing that thread around her neck?
Yes.
Because I
Yes.
think Jacob could make a perception alertness check to see that.
yeah. Oh yeah. 4 dice. That's what I'm looking.
I'll do that for you. 4 dice, that's it? You don't want anything else?
Well, that's all I have.
Okay. Oh, that's two successes.
Yeah. Jacob will take a look at you. His eyes finally meeting you, and he'll kind of lean in and start to pinch the dread around your neck. Did something happen to Miss Carter?
It will perk up a little. It seems our Kaylee has changed her appearance a little. She no longer has that mop on her head.
Hmm. She cut her dread.
I will say she does look quite adorable now without them. But I do miss them very much. And then Bitta will start to play with the dread around her neck.
And did she say why she cut her hair?
Well, that might be something the two of you should talk about. That is not my place.
Do you know why?
Out of character. I do know why, right?
Well, she never, there was
Yes.
never mentioned anything about her hair, so you can make speculations, but
Okay, good. All right, I thought so. All right. Um, no, I don't really know what happened. I just know that she went out, and when I hadn't seen her for a few days, assuming that she was with you, of course, 'cause where else would she have been? Um, she came back and they were gone. All I really cared about was getting one for myself, as she pats the dread. What happens to what the reason is for her losing them? I guess it kind of slipped my mind asking her.
Hmm, that's rather interesting. Anywho, yes, your driver. I can have him. Oh, Mike, do me a favor. Go grab James. I'm sorry, Jamie, and let him know that he'll be driving Miss Fett for the evening. Honda Accord. Would you mind taking a Honda Accord?
It does not matter the mode of transportation as long as I can get to where I need to go.
Where exactly is it that you're going?
Well, that is. I'm going to this cross section. Bitte will write down the names of the streets. I will be going there. I am going to conduct a small investigation, just for my own curiosity, really. And I just would rather not run it.
Hmm. What's so interesting over there?
Not quite sure yet. All I know is when I went for a ride with Miss Keeley, we ended up in this area, and I picked up on a little something. So I want to kind of figure out what that something is.
Hmm.
Oh, if you don't hear from me a couple of hours before sunup, be sure to start to get a little worried, but I don't believe anything will happen. It's, it could just be a long lost memory or something of that kind. Who knows?
Hmm. Well, no need to worry. Jamie, he's a ex-Marine, like Mike now, and he'll come packing just in case.
Ah, sounds perfect. Now, while we wait, is there anything that you would like to talk about while we're sitting here? I hear there's a congratulations in order for you and Miss Winters, right?
Yes, yes. Oh, I suppose Kaylee told you. I wanted to tell you myself, but oh well, the cat's out the bag. Yes, me and Chloe are getting wedded.
That is a mighty large step, don't you think?
It's my prerogative.
Yes, indeed. But is she really worthy of your eternal love?
Let's see. She holds most of my assets, therefore I need to keep her secure. She does everything I tell her, doesn't question me at every step. She's also saved another K-Knight's life. Yeah, I think she's marriage material.
Bitter will giggle um, and look at Jacob. If that is what you want, who am I to say anything else?
Why, Betta, are you not happy for me?
Oh, it is not that I am not happy for you. It's have you, all of the people you have in your life and all of the situations and all of the things going on. You're just throwing in another one, and some people might not be that happy. Some people might almost feel tossed to the side. And that's all I'm thinking about right now.
Let me make a perception check on that. Give me 4 dice.
Okay. 2 successes.
I think I know where you're going with this. Are you suggesting that possibly Kaylee is feeling tossed to the side?
Well, there's gotta be a reason why she's spending so much time with me.
I suppose. I need to have a talk with her.
I do not have a problem with her being there. I enjoy the company. She is quite the character. She intrigues me very much. I will say that. As Bitte stares off into the corner of the room, almost starting to daydream about the investigation she's about to go on.
Well, that's simply just not the case, but if my goal is going to run away and hide just because she's a little upset at the future changes to come, there needs to be some issues resolved.
Well, you know, she is not like very many others. She might need a different route to take in order for her to learn the same lessons as, say, Chloe.
Well, she won't be learning anything if she keeps running away.
Well, she is a very independent girl.
Yes, I remember an independent girl that was an independent ghoul, and look what happened to her.
Just give her time. She will become everything we expect her to become and more. Just, she needs time to ease into it.
Jacob shrugged. He doesn't quite get what needs to be gotten into or over, but very well, Bitte. You see Jacob coming down the steps, and he has his keys ready. Then, are we ready? Yes, Mr. Vanderlei. Please take Miss Putt to her destination and make sure she returns to at least an hour before dawn.
I will do so. Bitte will walk over to what'd you say his name was? Mike?
Yeah,
Jamie?
look, the driver is Jamie. Mike is the security guard.
Oh, okay. Well, either way, I'm gonna go to where the car is. And she will walk and be led to the car. What'd you say? It was an Altima?
A Honda Accord. You know, every classic
Honda
truck.
Accord. Okay. And she will get into the passenger seat and tell the driver, Jamie, we are going to this intersection. You mind taking me there? And Bitte will give the directions as they go up towards the destination. Should I roll anything, or do I know how to get there from the bike?
Roll me, because you're coming from a different direction. Roll me one time. Let's see what would make sense there. Just roll your intelligence.
I'm gonna spend a willpower point for guaranteed success. And I'm glad I did.
Oh, ouch! Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it takes a little effort, but yeah, you remember how to go. And at first you're like, this.
What should have taken 20 minutes takes like 45, right?
Yeah, because there's like this. Is it this intersection? I don't know. All those trees look so much alike. Wait, I see a red thingy tied to that tree over there. Huh. Okay, that's the right direction. And then you come at the intersection where Kaylee and Bitte turned right the last night.
We
So you can choose. You can go left. You can go right. You can go straight ahead.
Bitte will actually tell Jamie to stop at the intersection, and she will get out of the car. She will stand up and walk directly into the middle of the intersection so she can look in all directions. Um, she'll start to spin a little, looking down all the streets. She will point in the direction of which they went last night, and then she will stop and look in the direction opposite to that. She won't want to go straight. For some reason, she feels like straight would just be the way out of the city completely. And that it's going left, right?
Make me a perception alertness check. Do you have your aspects activated?
I did not activate it. No.
Okay.
I was actually just asking. Last night we made the right, or did we make the left?
Oh, last night we went to the right. Yes.
Last night we went to the right. Okay, so she's going to be looking to her left. So that's what that was.
When you look at the left, you can see that the brick road is after a few hundred yards, maybe. I don't know anything about yards or feet or stuff like that, so I have no clue how far that actually is. But fuck it.
3 feet in a yard.
Uh-huh. Yay. Well, still don't know shit. Doesn't matter. After a while, you can see that that road is turning into no longer being paved, but just being a sandy off-road, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And
This is her just looking, right? She hasn't moved yet. All right.
No.
All right. So, with looking down the left of the car, she will walk back over to Jamie, knocking on the window rolling down. She'll simply tell Jamie, "Why don't you wait here for a little while? Um, if I do not return in an hour's time, start driving down this road. Make this left and start driving down the road. Put your lights on as bright as you can make them and see if you can find me. But only after an hour's time." Bitte will then turn around and start walking down this path. Now I will use my acute senses to see if I can feel anything around me. Don't have to roll for that, right?
Acute senses, as in aspects one, right?
Yeah. Oh, that's heightened senses. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, wrong thing.
That's fine. Let's see. Oh wait, I'm looking at animalism. I was like, huh? Oh. Well, roll me perception alertness anyway, but just that it's gonna be difficulty 3. It's
6 successes.
Yeah. What you see when you come to the area where there's no more bricks and everything, just the sandy road, you can obviously see bike marks, and with your amount of successes, you can see that it's a rather heavy bike, and the tracks that you see could be the same. They are the same size as Frankie, Katie's bike.
Bitte will look down at the ground and see the tire tracks, and she will put her hand down into the track, feeling it, and then she will start to walk along the track for a few feet, hoping that she sees a distinctive mark in the track that will give it away that it's Kaylee's motorcycle over anyone. And in walking down, she will notice that in the tire mark, where the grooves are, where the tread is, there is a piece missing. And I want to say something happened to the back tire of Frankie's bike so that works.
Go ahead.
We?
You can do that.
Thank you, because I want that to. That was a good idea, saying the tracks are on the ground. And she will perk up knowing that this is Kaylee's motorcycle track. So now she knows she's going in the right direction. She still doesn't know what she's going to, though. So she'll keep walking, following the tread, but I'm sure the tread will start getting thinner as the forest starts getting drier.
Well, actually, the track is mostly the same until you reach a point where you can no longer see the crossroads, and you just notice that at this place, because you can see when you start looking at this one set of tracks that you really immediately saw, you see like other vaguer marks, same tire tracks on the path, which is it is starting to become a path at this point, until you just see a place where there are definitely where they're definitely lower into the ground, and there the tracks stop. And it just seems to be, at first sight, it just seems to be a random place.
Bitte will stand at the edge where the ground starts to dip down, and she will, still using her heightened senses, just look all around her, scanning the entire landscape, taking in this beautiful forest that she wasn't even aware of. Almost really thinking of Kaylee, like, where is this, like a getaway? Could this just be a place where she comes to think? What? And then she will look down at where her feet are, and she will step closer to the edge of where the grass would meet the dirt.
Mm-hmm.
And man, I don't even know what to do now.
You can roll me another perception alertness. I'm sorry, there's going to be a lot of perception alertness here.
That's fine. I get 7 of those dice to roll.
But you could also use perception investigation, but I think alertness would be making more sense for your character.
Well, alertness works, but I am trying to investigate. I
Hmm?
mean, I guess when I get to wherever I get to, I can start using investigate. Right now, I'm just
Hmm.
trying to look at things.
Yeah.
All right, let's do that. And the Auspex is still on, right?
Yeah.
So all the successes.
Oh, yes, nice, because you needed at least a couple of them. Because I made dice rolls for this.
Yeah, I got all the successes
I
again.
know. So, when you start looking around, next to the bike, you see a pair of footprints. Um,
Wait, Kaylee's bike is actually there.
no, 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 sorry, the bike tracks.
Okay,
Sorry.
that's what I
No,
was
you
about to
could
say.
not have no, you could not have missed the bike. Don't worry.
I was gonna say, yeah, like she would have instantly been like, "Wee, let's go there."
No, 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 no. There are a couple of things that you notice in this area. First of all, you notice the footprints of combat boots. They aren't necessarily that deep. You would think that a normal person would just look and not see any prints at all. But with your heightened senses, yeah, it's clear as day. Um, a light weighted small person has been walking there with about the same foot size as or shoe size as Kaylee. It's not that tiny.
What we said, like a woman's 5.
What you also see is you see one area in the woods that's actually seems like it's not entirely natural. It's
Huh.
like the bushes are a little bit thicker than you should expect. There's something there that just catches your eye.
Like a glint of metal or something.
No, it's not metal. It's just it seems to be something quite out of place. It's like there's something green there, but it's not like leaves.
Ah. Um. Bitte at looking at all of the footprints left behind, noticing how shallow and how small. She gets more excited with each new thing that she's finding. And can I investigate the footprints to see if they're Kaylee's footprints?
I pretty much gave you everything that you would get from a footprint.
Okay, alright. So she will follow the tracks and she will stumble upon this mound of leaves and bushes and shrubbery
And
and
as you step closer, because you have to get off the path to investigate that particular bit, um, you see that actually it's a bush, but there's something hidden like in it, and if you walk up to it, you can see that's just a big camouflage net that's lying there.
oh, it's like a ghillie suit.
No, it's a net.
Oh, it's one of those. Okay. Bitta will almost do like this double take. She'll rub her eyes, like, what is that? And she'll reach her hand out and realize that it's not real leaves. And she'll, I guess, will whip it up like it was like a tablecloth and see if she can pull it up over whatever it is that's being covered under it.
Actually, there's nothing covered under it. It's like it's lying there.
It's just it's just lying there?
It's just lying there in the bushes.
Oh man, okay. Um so in seeing that nothing was lying under it, Bitta will grab it and start inspecting it like, okay. Could this be something for future use? Why is this here? Clearly, Kaylee needs something that looks like shrubbery. And she will stand up, dropping the net, and start looking around more. I guess I'm gonna do another perception alertness.
What are you looking around for?
Anything else? Like, because there's this net.
Mm-hmm.
This net is used for, like, hiding something in the forest. Is there something that could possibly not have been covered by it that was supposed to be covered? Or could it have fallen off of something up in the trees?
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
Okay, now you can make me a perception investigation roll.
Okay.
But it will still be based on sight, so your aspects will apply. It will be at a higher difficulty, though.
I'm guessing it will be standard then, right?
Let's see, do you have all your aspects activated? Because you get 1 dot per aspects that you activate.
I didn't think I'd need to activate the aura perception or the spirit touch. Ooh. Maybe I can use the spirit touch on figure out where this thing came from.
You can try. You can try to see if it gets something off.
Okay, so yeah, no, in lieu of looking around on the ground and not seeing anything, instead of looking up, let's just use the spirit touch on the net to see where this thing came from. So that's perception, empathy?
Yeah. Perception, empathy.
I'm going to spend a willpower point. Because last time I didn't, and I screwed up, so.
Don't spend too much willpower, huh?
Oh, I'm so happy I did.
So you have 2 successes. That gives you very basic information and a second piece of basic information. So what you see is the basic information you get off this camouflage net is its owner is a female, and she's very small.
Well, I kind of already figured that it was Kaylee's, but now I know for sure that it's hers. She, in not getting what she wanted out of it, will just kind of like toss it to the side. Frustrated with why she can't seem to be getting anything out of Kaylee's items. Other than that she knows that they're hers, which she would know without them. And she will keep looking around. I think I want to do the perception investigation now to see.
Go ahead.
About looking up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Roll. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Very nice roll. With that roll, wow, okay, I can give you something, yeah. So you start to investigate the area. You see some tracks leading deeper into the forest, but also a little bit to the side, and there are no tracks going that way. It's just something else besides that camouflage net. It's actually not even on the same side of the tracks. It's like somewhere deeper into the forest, but you just see like this very little piece of a brown paper bag.
Huh. In not seeing a scrap of any human item in the entire forest the entire time that Bits has been walking through it, with the exception of some small pieces of litter on the road before the intersection. Before she even got to the intersection, this bag catches her eye as she walks over there, with almost a little pep in her step, like, ooh, a clue. She walks over and she picks up the bag. Is it in a fully intact bag?
Well, there is. You can obviously see that it's been lying on the forest ground for a few days, so it's wet. There are some tears in the back, but all in all, it kind of looks still whole. Yeah,
Okay. Bits will open it. Is there anything in the bag?
there is.
Haha. What does Bitta find in this bag?
In this bag, you find a oh, how do you call that actually in English? That's interesting. Hair clipper?
A buzzer.
Yeah.
Okay. A hair buzzer.
Uh,
Huh.
Together with a few strands of dreads that obviously didn't manage to get off as well as they should have been. They kind of look destroyed in the process. Um, you also find a very small business card.
Ooh. In uh opening this bag, she will pull out everything that's inside. Clearly, this is what Kaylee used to shape her head. But where the fuck did she get the electricity from? That's a question that's for another time. But how it ended up in this bag, and then what's this business card? Okay. Do I have to roll anything to read what's on the business card, or can I just?
No, no, it's not that much actually that's standing on there. It's basically, it has the size of a business card, but it's just a blank paper card with a phone number written on it in Kaylee's handwriting.
Can I do perception awareness to see if it's Kaylee's handwriting, or should I just assume that it is?
You can.
Would I even know what Kaylee's handwriting looks like?
Yeah, I'm starting to wonder that. Like, did you ever see me write anything instead of just
No,
like
I
doing
wouldn't
it
even
or
know.
using a
Okay,
computer?
no, I
Yeah,
wouldn't even know, so I couldn't even
it's
roll.
the
So,
handwriting. It's a handwriting.
yeah, Bits is looking at this card like, is this Kaylee? Did somebody forcefully shave Kaylee's head? Is this their number? Did Kaylee write this? Did somebody else write this? Ooh, Bits is going to take that number and just, because tits are pockets,
hmm
put them right there in her bosom. And because Bits is actually fully clothed, wearing everything, because she knew she was going on an excursion tonight. And she will close the bag, put the clippers back in, crumple it up real small, and put it in her fanny pack, and look around again, but closer to the area, hoping that maybe a couple of strands of dreadlock fell out of the bag as it made its journey to where it finally rested.
You do not notice any loose pieces of it. It's like there's no tracks leading towards the bag, and the bag was properly folded when it just laid there.
Oh, isn't that interesting? So what you're saying is there's nothing else I'm gonna find in this area.
Well, not particularly when it comes to concerning the bag. You still have the tracks that lead you further into the forest, and
All right, so the bag is now a mystery, but we know where it came from. Just don't know why it's there. Bitter will
oh,
continue.
make me a let's see, make me a wits, wits. What would the appropriate thing be with that? Um, wit science. Make me a wit science roll.
Okay, so no science, but
Okay,
I
well then
got the
just
3
wits.
wit. Yeah.
Roll the wits.
What's difficulty?
No, sorry. You do not have any clue how that bag got there.
Okay, gotcha. Just completely dumbfounded. She'll.
There appears to be a bag in the middle of a forest, and you have no clue how it got there.
But I know whose it is. Just don't know why it got there. Bitta will turn back towards the tracks, and she will continue to follow them into the forest. But before she does, she will look at her timepiece. I'm not going to say it's a watch. I'm going to say it's a necklace. And she will look at it and realize that almost an hour has gone by, that the driver, Jamie, might start to get worried. So, I'm going to use my celerity to run over to her so she doesn't come back to look for me. I can do that, right?
Sure, yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, so that's using blood points, right?
Mhm.
That's 2.
Mhm.
Okay, I took them away. Bye bye. Um, Bitta will run over to Jamie, noticing that Jamie had already started to drive down the path. Jamie hasn't quite made it to where the brick ends and the dirt starts, but Jamie will, with her brights on, see Bitta running at very high speed towards her. She will brake and roll down the window and proceed to, with an agitated voice, say, I was just going out to go look for you. The least you could have done was come back sooner. Now I'm just going to sit here. I'm not going to bother going back to the intersection. Just make it quick, okay? Because I'm sitting here doing nothing. Bitta will just look at her, tell her, mind your place. You are just a driver. When I need you, I will tell you. Give me another 2 hours. And with that 2 hours, it will be getting close to sunup, right?
Let's see. I think it would be close to 4 or 5 in the morning.
Okay, good.
So you would still have like 2 hours afterwards.
Okay, so Bitta will use the celerity to run back to where she was before, and then continue on from there. Um, I guess we'll do another perception awareness.
No.
No, we're just following the track now.
Yeah, you can just give me a moment because I need to look up the standard character sheet once again because do you have something like oh yeah, roll me a perception survival. to be able to follow the tracks because you're going into the wilderness. You need to know how to track. So perception, survival to follow the tracks. If you do not have survival, you can.
You.
Oh,
Is
you
it
do.
standard
Nice.
difficulty?
Yes, in that case, it's standard difficulty.
3 successes.
Ooh, that's not good.
Uh-oh.
Because I told you need to make a certain amount of successes because I already rolled for this before.
Uh-oh.
You kind of, when you return to the tracks, you can follow it for a while. And then they just you seem to have lost them or start following a different trail or.
We'll say that the brush got thick and I could no longer follow them. I got confused and I veered off track.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, Bitte will stand there with legs all wet from dew, from the moisture built up throughout the night. And she'd been walking for a while, following those damn tracks. But she just seemed to lose track of them, doesn't know where exactly they went. She'll look around for a while. She'll kick around at the brush at her feet, the grass, the wildflowers, the dandelions, and try to see if she can catch that trail again. She'll walk around in like a 10-foot radius, kicking around, trying to see if she can find even a morsel of a footprint. With,
Oh, 10 feet radius, huh?
yeah.
Okay. Make me another. You need the same amount of successes, but make me another perception survival roll.
Oh, 2 successes.
Oh, now this is gonna get interesting. um, make me Dex Athletics.
Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go.
Nice. Okay, so you are walking around trying to find the tracks again, and as you do so, you you step onto something.
She's got this son of a bitch booby trap, doesn't she? Oh, shit. This is great. Go for it. Let's do this.
But with your Dex Athletics, you manage to jump up before a rope that you have not spotted just starts to try and grab your leg. So if this would have succeeded, Bitte would have been flicked upside down and swung in this tree.
Oh man, that's awesome. Oh, yeah, but no. Okay, so in
So now you have this strop just hanging on a tree. There's some brushes are dangling in it, but no Bitte. She's just standing next to it.
she's just kind of looking at this rope swaying back and forth, and she realizes whatever I'm about to stumble upon, she's really hiding. What's she's booby trapped in? I am so proud of this girl. Oh man, I am so proud of this girl. Oh, Bitte will tug on that rope a little to see if she can find where it leads to, because there's got to be a place where that comes from. It can't just be this one trap. She's going to want to try to stumble upon a couple more. See, because if you stumble upon more traps, you're going in the right direction.
As you pull at the rope, you can clearly see that at the other end of the tree it was tied down.
Rats. So, in seeing that this one trap isn't going to lead her to the Holy Grail, she's going to keep tossing her foot around on the ground, hoping to find something else to give her a clue on what she's gonna find.
Where are you exactly gonna look?
She's gonna go a little forward from where the last booby trap was.
Okay.
I was trying to find the line.
So, roll me another perception investigation. I'm gonna roll you another chance die, which I have been rolling for a while now.
2 successes.
You're still clear.
Nice.
So 2 successes on the wits investigation roll. Around the place where the rope was tied down, and where the mechanics of the trap were laid down, you can see those same tracks again.
Okay.
But it's like only there at that point.
They don't lead anywhere.
Well, not that you can see.
Yeah, she sees the heavy footprint of where, assuming this is where Kaylee was setting the trap, which is why there's heavy foot markings on the ground. Bitte will put her hand there, trying to almost do a dog the bounty hunter trace on you. See where you might have gone, where these tracks are going to lead. But again, as she follows them, they really don't lead anywhere. They just kind of stop, guessing because she either went up into a tree or she got really light on her feet. Maybe she started to run, taking longer strides. Bit is just not finding where this track is going, though. What to do? Looking all around this forest, this thick brush, this tall grass, getting soaked from just the moisture in the air. Starting to become a little less intrigued and a little more persistent and agitated over the fact that she's not finding anything. She's just stumbling upon these little traps set by KK. She'll veer off towards the left, crossing over the original set of tracks that brought her to this area in the first place.
Make me a perception alertness check based on sound, actually.
Based on sound.
Yeah, remember those chance dice?
Yeah. Oh man. 3 successes.
Okay. With 3 successes, you can hear through the silence of the forest in the night and maybe a little moving of the night animals. You can hear the rustling of trees as the wind just blows up for a moment.
I do have acute senses too.
As you, because I'm gonna give this to you, as you are listening for a moment, just standing still, not focusing on the tracks, you hear the sound of an engine coming closer.
Ooh. Bitte in hearing, standing completely silent, listening to the wind in the trees. She throws her her ears almost further away into the distance, coming upon that sound of that engine. And can I try to figure out if it's a car or a motorcycle?
You don't happen to remember how much successes you would have if you would have taken your aspects in account?
The aspects would have brought the difficulty to a what?
Well, the sounds are still kind of distant, so it would have brought it back to 5.
A 5. I would have had one more success because there was a 3 and then a 5 in there.
Okay, roll me wits drive.
Wits and drive.
Yep.
Okay, so then that's just going to be 3. Okay, 1 success.
It's really hard to distinguish the sound as you have no experience with use of motorcycles or automobiles or anything in particular. For all you know, this could be a tractor, but no, it's definitely it's not a heavy engine.
Okay.
So
Smaller engine.
you kind of presume that at least it's not a truck or a tractor or something like that.
Or anything that's big. All right, gotcha. Um, Hearing the engine, she'll notice that it's not a very large engine, and for a moment, she will almost ignore the engine, only for a little while, because it's so far in the distance. It could just be somebody driving along the road. Who knows if it's anybody coming closer? And she will continue to listen for more sounds. Is there anything else that she's going to be able to hear? No, right?
No.
Okay, so she will keep walking around the area. Can I assume that the engine noise is going to keep getting closer?
It is. Yes,
Okay.
it's coming closer.
So after a few more minutes of kicking around in the grass, because her ears just don't shut off, she'll start taking notice on that engine again, because it's getting louder, and it's almost like it's not on a road.
Well, as a matter of fact, at this point, you can hear the engine just stop, and it stays silent for a few, maybe 10 seconds. Then you can hear the engine start off again and actually start to remove itself.
Ooh. Okay, and with that, Bitte noticing the sound cut off and then start again, and it almost starting to go into the other direction, I am gonna want to use my celerity to run there, to try to get to that sound, or at least close to that sound, so that I can start inspecting the area of where that bike stopped.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to use my celerity to get there, and then I want to use. Is there anything that I can use to just sense whoever was just there? Could I use the aura, or is that gone already?
Aura is concentrated around a person, so yeah,
So,
that would have been gone. Well, you can use your celerity to run back if you want to, but keep tabs on your blood use. I don't know your generation, but you've already used 4 of them.
Yes.
If
I
you
am.
gotta use two more, then you have already used six. So what's
Yeah,
your blood pool?
I'm 12th gen.
So that would be a blood pool of what?
11.
11. So you have used four, so you would be at 7.
Yes, that's where I am.
Mm, well, if you want to use the blood for celerity action, go ahead.
Yeah, 'cause chances are I'm gonna have to fucking feed after this. I'd rather use that than the willpower. So, I am gonna use. So, if I use that, it brings me down to 5, right?
Yep.
Alright, let's do it. Use celerity to run to where she heard the sound of the motorcycle.
You start to run down the path, and you run towards. Actually, you run towards the car that's parked on the road, with Jamie still sitting inside. Um, you want to continue? You have the feeling that you should go like a little bit further, but it's really hard to tell in the forest. But yeah.
Yeah, like Bitte, in not realizing that she was running back towards the car, she almost feels like if the noise of if the noise came from here. Okay, wait, let me think about this for a second. If the noise came from here, Jamie would have heard it and noticed it and would have tried to get me to come back or would be about to tell me something. If it was Jamie's making the noise, then how come that noise is still going away when Jamie is sitting there? So, Bitta will run just a little past where the car is. I want to say 15 yards, 20 yards, maybe even more like 30 yards away,
Mhm.
down the road, uh, a little off the side of the road, and she's gonna stop and start looking around. I'm guessing perception awareness or perception investigation.
Perception. Let's see.
Because I am actively looking right now. Like,
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that would be perception investigation.
2 successes.
Okay. What you see on the ground is you can see that a two-wheeled vehicle has made a turn. Like when actually with if you would look around, you could now barely you could just see the car parked around the corner. So it just came into view,
Mm.
and that's where a vehicle has turned.
In seeing the turn that the motorcycle made, Bitta now uh, realizes that she has definitely stumbled upon something. She hasn't quite found it yet, but she definitely needs to come back here again and quite soon because she thinks that she's just been found out on her little field trip for the evening. So she will walk back over to Jamie and get back into the car and simply say, I'm done with my quest for this evening. You can bring me back to the Avalon and see your way back to the fort. Tell Jacob thank you very much for letting me use you for the evening. Jamie will simply nod turn on the car, make the U-turn, and drop Bitte off at the Avalon. Um, in doing so, Bitte, while she's going up the stairs, she's taking notice that. Can she take notice that Frankie's not there? Because I'm
Yes, you can.
assuming. Okay. Do I need to roll perception awareness for that?
Well, it would be at the car park. You know the bike. If you're looking for it, then
Yeah.
you don't need to roll for that.
Yeah, no, she notices that Frankie's not there. So, she realizes that she doesn't need to think of anything to possibly hide what she's doing from Kaylee, but that just gives her more of the feeling that Kaylee was the one that stumbled upon her investigating the woods. So she will simply just go upstairs to her penthouse, take a shower, and water her flowers, and wait for Kaylee's return if she decides to.
Mm, well, because now I actually need to think of what Kaylee is doing. Kaylee is she's returning a few hours later. Um, she's parking Frankie and walking up, looking at the keys. Like, oh, for fuck's sake, sure, why not? Opening the lock with the keys this time. And she's just walking into the Avalon. She's looking very tired at this point, as she had already been awake during the day, and it's closer to morning at this point. So she yawns as she enters the penthouse. Hey, you're back.
Bitta, then noticing that the sun will be up soon, she will exit off of the balcony. She will close the French doors, and Kaylee will notice another new addition to the bedroom. Bitta got blackout curtains. So now Bitta does not have to sleep under the bed. She can sleep in the bed with Kaylee. Um, Bitta will simply take her kimono off because she chooses to sleep in the nude. Crawl into the bed and tap it for Kaylee to come laying down. Um, One thing wasn't mentioned. Before Bitta went and took a shower, she took the bag filled with Kaylee's hair and a buzzer, and she took that business card and she put it in the top drawer of the desk in the bedroom. And fast forward back to when Bitta's already laying down. I am tired, my dear, and you look exhausted. Do me a favor. Seeing as we are now going to be sharing this bed for the next few days, take a shower for me, will you? And then join me.
Oh, we are? Okay. Katie says, for a moment, just like flabbergasted. She's like, sharing a bed with. Okay, well, that's interesting. Never. Okay. And then she just raises her shoulders. She's like, too fucking tired to really care at this point. And she she takes a quick shower, and as she does, I need to make a quick perception investigation roll myself to see if I would have recognized this car as being one of the vehicles of Mr. Burns. And it looks like I do, with 2 successes.
Ooh. You
So,
know who was in it.
no, I did not know who was there. But anyway, after a quick shower, Kaylee's just walking back towards the bedroom, and she just sits down on the bed, checking her phone for a moment, see if there's anything.
The Bitte with the light of the phone, she'll grab it, she'll black out the screen, she'll slink it underneath one of the pillows, and roll over. It's bedtime, hun. Just go to sleep. Enough with the lights. I just want darkness. And she'll pull a little sleeping mask over her face and drift off. Not wanting to talk about anything that just happened right now, trying to be slick and just go to sleep.
Well, lucky for you, Kaylee does not want to talk about it either. For all the obvious reasons that she doesn't know that you were. Anyway, so Kaylee once again grabs the phone because she has to set her alarm because she still has to work in the afternoon. And she's just looking, it's like, oh, only 4 hours. Oh, crap. And I think with that, the two of them, well, respectively fall asleep and fall into torpor. And we will end the scene here.
Yeah. Thank you for watching.
And have a pleasant night or morning or whatever. Bye.